Hey guys, how you doing? Warren here at Piano Lesson with Warren. So I just want to quickly show you guys this new feature we implemented on the website. We integrated Sound Slice, and if you're not familiar with what Sound Slice is, it's just basically an interactive online sort of sheet music platform that just basically helps you to learn faster by combining both reading skills ability, oral skills ability. It really helps you to be able to just get into the mind of the player. And so we recently implemented that for our lessons, and we are continue to build that out. But take a look at it. So for example, I'm looking at I come to the garden alone tutorial. I am his own. And so if you look immediately below that, you see the sheet music of everything I'm playing. And if I come down here to the player and hit this play start, check it out. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet. The birds hush. Pretty cool, huh? So for those of you who read music already, and you're finding it a little bit difficult to be able to try to follow the hands, this is a great tool to be able to just hear the audio of everything I'm playing and see exactly what it looks like at the score in real time. And you can see the chords, analysis, and everything right there. Very cool. Now let me show you some additional things the player can do. So right now you're hearing me singing, you're hearing the piano, you're hearing the drum backing track, and all of that going. See? They're singing. But what if you say, all right, I just want to hear piano alone? You just come right here where it says recording. You click on that and you go the synthetic recording, and that's just basically going to give you a computer generated piano sound. But then check it. And then you can switch back to recording if you want. Now what if you say, that's too fast, I need to hear it a little slower? You can slow down the speed right here. So let's take it down to say 70%. Cool. Bring that back up to 100. So even when I switch to synthetic sound, I can drop the BPM to say, I don't know, 42. So this is a cool way to be able to just practice with recording. And so for those of you who work primarily from your phone or your iPad, and you don't have stuff like Meticulous to use the MIDI files, or you just don't want to have the hassle of having to be downloading and buying all these different programs, this comes in handy because it does everything right in there on the website. You don't have to install anything, download anything. Everything is right there. Now, what if you don't read music that well and you say, well, I'd love to be able to see the piano keys? Well, you come over here and you see this little icon, the piano keys. You click on that and boom. You see? Let's just bring this back up. Oops. Bring back up this tempo. I think it was at 62. 67. So there you go. You can even add a metronome, like if you want to be able to just something to help you keep timing. See this metronome right here? Just click on that. Very cool feature. Now, what if you say you want to be able to just loop a particular section? All you do, you just come over here, drag, and drop where you want the loop. See the highlighted section, and then it loops. And to take off the loop, you can just either click here or just remove it from up there. You obviously have the volume where you can turn down stuff. You know, you can solo different sections. That's probably something you won't be using a lot. But let's check over here into the settings. So if you open the settings, you have this nice zoom up here, so you can, wherever the player head is, this orange line, the player head, you can zoom. So if you're working on a smaller device like a phone or an iPad screen that's too small, you can zoom so the score is bigger. Let's drop back this down to 100%. So that's the zoom. Right here, the track preference is where you can disable different tracks. So I can go, boom, and now I'm just looking at the bass staff. See that? So if you want to practice each hand separately, you can do that. Or I can just look at the treble staff. Right? You can even remove the chords and add the chords. Pretty cool. Now here's a nice feature for those of you who don't play and who would like to be able to see things in other key. But before I get to that, you notice this settings thing right here, it's sort of covering a section of the score. So again, for folks with smaller devices, if you just scroll down, actually you don't have to scroll down, this little box right here, if I click on that, boom, it gives me everything in full screen mode. So again, handy for people working from their iPhones and iPads. You want to be able to see the score in full screen. And then from here, I can bring up my settings and it's not really covering so much of the screen anymore. And so if I want to say, transpose this piece, because the score right now is currently showing you the chords and the notation and everything in the key of A flat. What if I want to transpose it down to say G? I just come down here and just pull the slider and look what happened. All the chords and all the notes and everything shifts to the key of D. What if we want to go to F sharp? See, key signature, chords, notation, everything changes. And it also plays back in that key too. So you see, it plays in that key. Let's just bring it back up to the original key of A flat. Now, another cool feature of this integration is you can print the score directly from here. So for example, if you want it again in the key of G, once you slide the slider to transpose it to the key of G, then you click print and you're going to have a nice print dialog box that comes up. And I can save the score to my desktop, or I can print it directly from my computer. Okay, so now let's look at another feature. First, I'm going to expand that to full view. And when I bring up the settings, what if I don't want to see all these staff and notes? You know, what if it's a little too distracting to see all of that? You can change the view to just one horizontal view like that. See? And now, when I play, he speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet. The birds hush their singing, and the melody. And you notice it's also auto scroll on its own. So you don't have to scroll or anything. It just plays like that. And when you bring up the piano, look at that. You know, it's nice and big and clean. You can see all the notes that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks. And to escape this view, you can either press escape on your keyboard or come down here and press the box again, and it will go back to the natural view, and I can remove keyboard. So that's it. That's a very interesting feature we're rolling out for all our lessons that has sheet music available. You'll be able to play it from right within the lesson. No hassle, no download, no install. You don't have to buy any third-person program. So, everything is right here. With that being said, you will still have access to the MIDI files and everything from the materials section. Click download, and that will take us to the course materials. So you can still download the scores from here. You can download the MIDI file and everything. But for those who work primarily from their smartphone or their tablets, iPads, those smart health devices where it's a little bit difficult to download stuff and run some of these programs, this makes it easy for you to do everything in-house using SoundSlice, the integration that we just implemented. Alright, so head over to Piano Lesson 1 and check it out. We're constantly making upgrades and improvements to make learning faster and easier and more efficient. Alright, talk soon.